back out on trail. Finally, I will be on a trail here in a little bit, but I am back in the tent for a camp out. I have been itching to get back out for a camp out and sleep in my tent. And this weekend is the Richard J. Dorr State Forest with a group camp out. We're in the southern part of Richard J. Dorr State Forest in the Vinegar Ridge area at a campground with about 7 or 8 campsites. And it sounds like our group might fill this place up tonight or this weekend. But right now, nobody is here. It's just me and Sara, Wild Fox Outdoors. We're out here just checking out the sights, and we're about to check out the hiking trails here in a little bit and just enjoy the spring weather and get out into the forest. So I will check back in probably later once we get out on a trail and into the forest. Nice blue sky, beautiful. Yeah. All right, officially back on trail out here with Fox.
Hello.
We are on a trail going towards what we are hoping is the Root River. We're not 100% that this trail is what the map is showing us. So we may or may not get lost, but it's always an adventure to be out in the woods. So we are going to walk towards this river. Hopefully we get to it. If we find it, I will check back in when we get to the river.
Baltimore Oriole. Let's see what else we can pick up.
We have made it down to the Root River here, and we were kind of following on this bike trail that the trail ended up to. So we're kind of on the, I don't know if this is the Root River State Trail as far as the bike trail then or what, but I think we go into the forest here in a little bit. But it's kind of nice coming down to the river right here. Have this nice open view of the river with the beautiful bluffs in the background.
I think you were there.
Oh, really?
Yes, I think that you were down, like, because I remember.
Was it a bunch of people there?
You were talking with someone else sitting there watching the sun.
That's probably what it is, a bike packing site. Yeah, there's a picnic table. Oh, this is sweet. There's a fire pit. This is a bike packing site. This is that campsite I remember I said I saw on Shane's map.
Oh.
But it's not showing on any of the other maps. So this is a campsite. All right, well, we've made it down to what looks to be a canoe campsite is what that was, with the little lean-to shelter up there. But this takes you right down, there's a little path that takes you right down to the river here. Gorgeous views of the river. So I might have to remember this spot and maybe come back here another time and either do a bike packing adventure at that site, canoe or kayak adventure, or just hike to that site. Hang out, because this is a pretty cool spot.
All right, that path did lead down to the Root River. This is actually really cool here.
Captain America, bitch, what? All right, back at camp, like I said, and now we have more of the group here.
I mean, in the end,
And got tents all set up. Steve's got his hammock right here. So we are getting pretty set. And now we're starting dinner. So everybody's kind of getting all their little dinner stuff out and ready and cook some dinner.
So I just took a pre-made frosting and then added peanut butter in it, put that on it, and then just melted some chocolate bars on top. I'm telling you,
talk to a girl, so, and that was in the bar.
I got more if you want.
It's not very big.
All right, it's getting later and you can hear all the whippoorwills going. They are just going off tonight around here, and I love whippoorwills. That's a good sound. All right, good morning. Everybody is now starting to get up. I was kind of the first one up and started a fire, but now everybody's getting up. It got cold last night. It was supposed to be 50 degrees for the low last night. And it got down to, I think, 34 or 35 I saw on my thermometer in my tent. So definitely a chilly night. And it actually is supposed to be raining pretty soon here, but we'll see if we get that. We've only gotten sprinkles. But we're just gonna hang out, make some breakfast. And I think today, one of the ideas was to hike to the top of that, to the caves. So, might be a plan for later. All right, we are heading up there, climb that giant rocky ridge. So we got the whole crew together. We're making a group hike up there, so hopefully we'll get some good views up there. Jesus, this is steep.
where'd you come from? Did you float up here?
All right, we have made it to the top. Beautiful views up here. So, it was definitely a hike to get up here, but totally worth it. Like I said, epic views up here. That's our campground right there. So, kind of gives you an idea of where we were and where we are. Onward and upward. All right, we are almost to the top of this insanely steep hill we are climbing. Some might call it a mountain. Oh, look at this view.
So we can rappel. Yep.
Shane seems to have found some morels. Oh, and he's got some nice ones.
Not gonna say where we are.
Not bad, not bad.
Nice size ones too.
Good sized ones. We made it. We're back from, we went up there all the way over there and back down. So
Nobody died.
nobody died, no injuries. We're all safe. So, back to camp.
I don't believe that anybody truly loves.
All right, we are at camp. We actually left for a couple hours and went into town and hit the local pizza place. Got some ice cream. Some people got ice cream. I did not. But we are back at camp. Got a fire started. All right, we're finally back at camp after a nice 2.5 to 3 hour hike. Probably 6 to 7 miles up around all these bluffs behind me, down to the Minnesota River, the Root River, and back to camp and dinner. So it's getting kind of late at night too, so we're probably gonna eat some food and I'll probably crash out early. Maybe check in later, maybe check in tomorrow.
The flour or starch flour on it, so it can be kind of ashy.
Well, good morning. The final morning of the group camp out here in Richard J. Doer State Forest. This has been a fun time. This morning, it is pretty much just as cold as it was yesterday morning. It's dipping down to the mid-30s, which was not expected. It was supposed to be a low of 50 overnight the first night and a low of, I think, 40 last night. So being down here below the bluffs, I think that's what's making it a little bit colder. But as soon as that sun comes out, it warms up quick. So, but I woke up early. It's probably 7 a.m. As soon as I start hearing the birds chirping, saw the sun shining on my tent, I couldn't help it. I had to get up. So I wanted to get out and just take this little trail that I think goes down to the river. This is the one trail in the area I haven't taken yet. And it's nice just to wake up. Oh, there's a nice big rabbit right there. Oh, it's gone. I think that was a big rabbit. But I wanted to take this trail and just get out in the morning and get for like a little hike. Like I said, the birds were chirping and just singing when I woke up, and it's like, this is my favorite time when the birds are this loud and this just chirping this loud and singing all morning, and it's quiet. Skies are blue. And just a perfect morning for a little solo hike. And then I'll head back to camp, and by then hopefully people will be getting up and get some breakfast. All right, so I'm following this trail. It seems to be down to the river. Of course, now I'm looking down this little hill right here. Looks like it drops down pretty far. I may not be going to the river, but on the way, I can probably scope out what's going on down this hill, because there's a really cool deer stand or something. This is sweet. Look at this. Someone put some time and effort into that. I'm gonna climb up in there and see what it looks like. That's pretty sweet. Now, I don't know how old this is or how strong all these branches are, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. If anything bad happens, I guess it'll make for good video. Well, she all held together. This is pretty cool though. It's obviously a hunter's like deer stand that they've made, that they must come back here every year to hunt, and they just set this up to, because you're pretty far away from the campground, so you could easily be hunting back here. And I would imagine it's probably a pretty good hunting spot. Not to mention, I don't know if you can tell, there's a bunch of trash down there, and that's typical hunters. Throwing all their trash in the woods. There's actually a bunch of deer skins in the woods over there that all the hunters just throw into the woods. I mean, I've always said hunters are the worst people in the woods. They really are. They cause more damage, do more stuff, but they don't care about leave no trace. They throw trash everywhere. They throw their deer skins just right in the woods, 50 feet from the campsites. So, I mean, in all my years out in the woods, that's been my experience with hunters. Hunters just don't care about leave no trace. They don't have a love for nature. The majority of hunters seem like they just come out for a week, a year, and just, there's no rules in the woods, so I'll do what I want, you know, as if it's their own property, but it's not. But like I said, this is actually pretty cool. You know what I mean? I've never been in like a little deer stand, tree stand like this one before. This is pretty elaborate. It's like I said, someone spent some time on this. But I'm gonna head down to this river. It looks like it's pretty close. It looks like I could get to the river. I'm hoping I can, and I'm gonna give it an attempt. And I'll head back to camp. All right, well, I'm not really finding a path down this hill, and this hill is pretty treacherous, so I'm not really gonna bushwhack it. But you can see the river. I mean, it's right down there. But like I said, there's no clear path, it seems like, to get down there. And there's actually a road now. I see there's a road down there. So, and then there's another patch of forest before the river. So I think this is gonna be where I call it. And yeah, you can hear a car coming right down the road. So I think I'm gonna call it right here, head back, but still pretty cool. All right, I am back at my campsite, kind of packing things up and getting things ready to go. I didn't do any filming at the group campsite with breakfast or anything like that. We were all just sitting around having good conversation, so we just sat around talking. No filming was done. But like I said, I'm packing things up. Next weekend, I think I'm actually going to start heading north. I think I'm either going to do an SHT hike on the Superior Hiking Trail or head up to my secret lake. One of the two. I'm not quite decided yet, but spring has started. I mean, up north, it definitely won't look like this. This is southern Minnesota, so when I go to northern Minnesota, it's just buds on the trees, but spring has definitely started, so I'm gonna head up there, I think. But like I said, that calls it for this weekend. It was a fun weekend with a lot of fun people, so that is it. I will see you on the next one.